3, 2, 1, go.
And go the robots are doing, as we have 614 moving to position. 3 robots there vying to collect some fuel from the center. Let's see if they can move back and shoot. Fuel flying on both sides into hubs, some from robots, some from human players. The robots seem to be able to do it a lot faster than the human players, though, as we end the autonomous period with over 50 points for Alliance. That's incredible. They are already halfway to that energized ranking point as we start the transition shift. Both hubs are still on, but Red's going to shut off in just a moment. And now it's off. We are off to the first shift. Blue Alliance's hub is active. They scored fewer points in autonomous, so they get the first opportunity to score now. That means the Red Alliance can take this time to collect fuel, fill their hoppers all the way up, so the moment the shift changes, they can get all of that fuel into the hub. Uh-oh, looks like 614, that's Nighthawks, have beached themselves on the bump. That's not good. They need to get off there. Perhaps a bump from a teammate. Perfect, just like that. That's Haveneers, 45-41, giving the nudge that they need. Now that the shift change has happened, they've dumped a fuel. Some fuel is escaping the field. The refs will do their best to get that fuel back on the field, but try to aim the turrets into the field if at all possible. 90 seconds left in the match. Red is leading 88-27. 2 seconds left in the shift, and now it is the Blues' turn. They have the active hub. We've got a couple robots on the field whose lights are blinking, but the robots aren't moving. Never mind, they're both moving now. Bovine Intervention and Infinite Voltage both moving. Infinite Voltage is doing a little bit of a dance there, spinning in a circle. They might not have all of their propulsion motors active, just pivoting. 614 Nighthawks are in place. That's the popcorn machine is ready to pop as they start firing all the fuel in their hopper into the hub. Red Alliance has a pretty sizable lead here with 135 in counting fuel, and the Blue Alliance has 45. 40 seconds left in the match. Still a lot of fuel for the Red Alliance to get if they want to hit that second ranking point, Supercharge. That requires 360 fuel. We haven't seen a team come close to that yet, but it's still early. Not early in the match, however, as we go into the end game, the last 30 seconds. Last opportunity for both alliances to get fuel into their hub and the time to climb the tower. 15 seconds left in the match. Ooh, I just saw we have team 5830 at Life Engineering have had a catastrophic failure of their bumper. They're going to be disabled for that. You need to have bumpers in order to compete in the match. It's a good thing they had bumpers, though, because that could have been their robot if they didn't have them. Better to break the bumper than break the robot. And we have the Red Alliance is victorious. 182-67. They have 129 of fuel points, and that is enough for that energized ranking point. So another 4 ranking point match for the winning alliance. Those ranking points naturally determine.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, 6 bots on the field this time. You have to line up with some part of your robot over top of that line, but then you can do as you please. So Bovine Intervention is shooting from the corner, off in the other direction, but that net is far enough away that they can make their shots. 62-39, Irrational Engineers, they're up on the hump. They've got a few pieces of fuel still inside them. It is a tie. Both sides have an open hub right now, but Red just shut down. It's going to go to Blue. Wow, big hit in the middle. That was the Baltimore Bolts. And now they've got 86-22 land surfing in the middle of the field. They've got their intake rolling while one of their teammates, Bovine Intervention, is firing pieces down onto their side. Red goes hot, blue goes cold. 86-22, the Cybirds are beached. Can they get themselves loose? 686 loading up, getting ready to shoot. Human shooters fire as well. 686 trying to gobble up a few more, but Red goes cold in 5 seconds. Let's see what these teams can do to close out the deal. 623 is full. That's Oakton Cougar Robotics. And now the blue hub is lit. Red reloads. Blue getting their pieces. 62-39, the Irrational Engineers appear to be stuck on the hump. They can't get over top. Asabats is picking them up, getting some shots up, getting some shots in. But the blue hub just went down, and here comes red. At 6:23, Oakton Cougar, they've got a belly full of fuel. Can they get that to go? It is 26-25, almost an end game. This is a very close match. Human players could make the difference here. Both sides dealing with some technical hurdles. One of them literally, the Irrational Engineers, mechanically on the red side. We're in end game. This is a 2-point match. Both hubs are lit. Everybody can shoot. And Baltimore Bolts are making a pest of themselves in the middle. Bovine Interventions come storming through, but they're empty. 4 seconds remain. Does anybody want to climb? That could win the game. Score is already up. Close one. And Blue will steal that win by just 5 points. Robotics teams all over this cafeteria thinking maybe we need to talk to the basketball team.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Drivers and batteries are now refueled as we try to get that fuel into the hub. Bovine Intervention grabbing some from the center, lining up, not taking any shots. Human players, though, are not giving up their shots as they lob fuel into the hubs. Looks like we're having a little bit of a human competition right now as both sets of human players try to get fuel into the hubs. Red Alliance leading 17-10 as we leave autonomous. That means that once this transition time is over, the Blue Alliance will be on shift. A little bit of a hold up here at the trench on the Red Alliance side. 58-41, that's the Patriots not moving right now. We're seeing a light blinking, but no movement coming from the Cybirds. That's 86-22, and now they're moving. They've figured out their issue. We've got a full hopper from Bovine Intervention as they get ready to have a swap in the shift. That is taking place now. Red has an active hub, and they're able to get fuel in, which they are getting lots of fuel into that hub. They now have over 50 points. They are well on their way to that 100-point energized threshold. Once they get 100 fuel in the hub, they get an extra ranking point. Bovine Intervention doing a bit of passing. They can only fit so much fuel in their hub. They need to get more of it onto their side so their teammates can start shooting. Unfortunately for them, they have nowhere to shoot into because their hub is unactivated, deactivated if you will. It is the Blue Alliance's turn to try to even the score. They are currently behind 56-12 with just over a minute left to go in the match. That's the Cybirds there trying to intake some fuel, having a little bit of difficulty with the fuel jammed against the wall. Fuel everywhere, but not drop to intake, but that's not a problem Bovine Intervention is having as they look to be intaking and shooting at once a moment ago. They've unloaded nearly their entire hopper and have gotten the pretty personal points there. 83 points to Red Alliance with just over 30 seconds left in the match. When that clock hits 30, both of the hubs will activate. We will be in the end game. Time to climb or time to finish that last fuel. But with both hubs active now, it's an absolute race with every team trying to get that fuel into their hub as quick as they can. Cybirds looking to line themselves up, and we've got a full hopper for Bovine Intervention. Getting a barrage of fuel in as these last 10 seconds. 5 seconds left now. 124 points to Red Alliance, 14 points to Blue Alliance. That's going to be an extra ranking point for the Red Alliance, who have over 100 fuel in their hub. We have results. The Red Alliance is victorious. 124 points, 14 points to Blue Alliance. Red Alliance is getting 4 ranking points for that showing. 3 for winning, and 1 for energizing their hubs with over 100 pieces of fuel. Great job by.
3, 2, 1, go.
And they're going. Robots moving on both sides. Looks like Bovine Intervention got themselves stuck a little bit diagonally in the trench, and it looks like Knight Riders are shooting into the tower. You want to be shooting into the hub this year. Tower is for climbing. Human players there sinking a couple of fuel in, getting some in the hub. 1 point scored by the Blue Alliance in Autonomous, I believe by a human player. That means the Red Alliance will start with the hubs active. Team 4821 Cyberus is bypassed in this match, unfortunately. The robot will not be playing. That's all right, though. Plenty of work to do for their alliance partners in that case, who currently have been tied 1-1, 1 point each. Currently it is the red shift, though none of the Red Alliance robots, or one fuel forward, and it's now the blue shift to see if Bovine Intervention, who have a hopper full of fuel, and there we go. Now we're starting to see some fuel coming in. The human players are joining in as well, showing off a bit of basketball skills. Nice follow through from those human players. 60 points and counting for the Blue Alliance now, with just under 90 seconds left in the match. Shift change imminent. Shift is now changed. The Red Alliance has the opportunity to even things back up. They lag 74-2. We have team 7886, the cadets, with their little arms that they deploy to move around large quantities of fuel, which they just pushed right under the trench, make it nice and easy for their alliance partners to pick it up. Unfortunately, one of their partners, the Patriots, that's 5841, doesn't seem to have the capability to intake. That's fine, though. Looks like most of the shooting is going, or all of the shooting, rather, for the Red Alliance will have to be done by the Knight Riders. Over on the blue side, their hub is active, and we've got shots being made both by Gacko and Bovine Intervention. Currently going back to get fuel, but it looks like Gacko and Bovine Intervention are now actively shooting. That whistle means we're in the end game, and it means all hubs are active. Every fuel counts right now. It's also the opportunity to climb. Not a lot of teams going for that today, but the choice is there. 15 seconds left in the match. Blue Alliance leads 145 to Red's 18. 145 fuel mean that they will be getting an extra ranking point for fuel, in addition to any they receive for winning the match. Match has now come to an end. Unofficial score 171 blue, 18 red, with the energized hub status for blue, giving them an extra. Victory for the Blue Alliance, 176-8.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, check out that preload on Baltimore Bolts. They've just got 8 pieces sitting on top of them. Doesn't look like they're doing much with that in Teleop. In Autonomous. Let's see where those end up. All right, both blue and red put up. Here come the throws. That is a harder throw than it looks. And at the end of that, we are 1 point apart. Perhaps tied. Bolts just have them there. And now they're shaking loose. 24-21, RTR comes down. They and the Bolts are starting to have some pretty serious conversations here. Bovine Intervention gets into the mix. Bolts are blocking the tunnel, the channel, the trench, but now they're out into the middle. 90-33 has their setup. 51-15, that is Kit and Osabots. Their hub lights up, and here comes the fire. Nice throws by the players on the side of the field, and both bots get their money's worth. Red is in the process of reloading, while RTR does not let Bovine Intervention do what they want to do. Bovine's got a full tank, and it's their turn. Let's see what RTR does as far as causing trouble. Bovine gets set up. They're close. They got a lot of, RTR is giving them all sorts of business. RTR may have found their magic spot. Blue lines up again. They have 2 bots ready. And look at the power that goes in. That was about 30, 35 points inside of 8 seconds. Blue has opened up a lead, 104-47. There are 38 seconds left. We are about to go to endgame, and Blue will need to reload. 90-33 getting their shots in. That's Osabots. RTR continues to be a pest, but they are now down under that tower. Bovine absolutely lobbing the whole world at their hub, trying to catch up those points. They shoot a few more. Baltimore Bolts comes back. They're forechecking. And that's a Blue Alliance win. That is a 4-point win. They got 111 pieces plus 25, so they energized. They did not get the extra ranking point for energizing, but picked.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go. 2199 and 2800. That's Robo Lions, and the mighty Penguins are going to have to do mighty work. 11-11 is not on the field again. They are still struggling, but they promise to come back strong. Bovine Intervention, they've grabbed their set. So Blue comes up big, 37-30. So Red will stay lit, but Blue's trying to get the last few in before their hub goes dark. Wow, nicely timed. Here comes the red side. Robo Lions put a spin on. Not sure what they were trying to shake loose, but the one thing they didn't shake loose was a whole lot of fuel that they just dropped up and in. Penguins jamming through the middle while the Lions are playing offense and getting the job done. There goes another set. And almost every one of those hit. They're running about 95% as best I can tell. Down here on Blue, that's 686. They've got a machine going as well. Not quite as accurate, but I think they carry more. And quantity has a quality all its own. That was almost everyone. Maybe 5 missed. Red putting a shot up there. She's gone hot. Robo Lions was ready, as are the 3 human players taking shots. So it is 118-96. This is actually pretty close. Penguins going to put a few in. Another couple of shots coming from the human players. And Robo Lions fires again. It is 118-18. That is very good. This is a close match. 21 seconds now for the Blue Hub as both teams, Bovine Intervention and 888 Robodiators, take their shots. We're coming down to the final end of the round, end game. If you look behind the Red Alliance, you can see the coordination between the 3 teams, and here it comes, and there they go. Red putting up. They're looking to close a big gap with 2 robots and 3 shooters. Blue is playing runaway. Let's see if we can stay out ahead in spite of Red doing very well here. There are extra ranking points available if you can power up and if you can supercharge. So Red closed a huge amount of gap. Let's have the finish. $223 to 151. All right, so you count the ranking points. Blue picks up the 3 for the win, plus the 1 for electrifying. Red picks up 1 as well because they got enough pieces in. So that helps limit some of the damage, keeps them in contention.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, some great teams in this match to keep an eye out for. And 3 teams have absolutely all gone after the middle. Look at all of that fuel flying. I don't know if I've ever seen so much fuel in the air at once, and there aren't even players driving right now. That's incredible. 5 seconds left in auto, and I've seen matches that ended with scores less than this. Autonomous has ended 82-52. That's 134 points scored in Autonomous. There are matches with fewer points than this total we've seen today. Absolutely incredible. The Red Alliance gets the first shot of the shift with 2 minutes left. So much match to play for, and so much has been scored already. This fuel is moving all over the place. And let's take a good look at the robots that are moving it. We've got 614, the Nighthawks, Popcorn Machine just going back for more. 888, the Robodiators, they're doing a great job keeping the fight in it. As the shift changes, and the moment the shift changes, we've got robots and Blue Alliance are ready and waiting. Our number 1 seed right now, Tigerbots, seem unstoppable at times with their huge amount of fuel that they're able to rapidly absorb and then expel right into the hub. 614 there, moving fuel over to their area, prepping, getting everything ready for their match. Now it's time for a shift change. 888 and 614 both getting everything lined up and ready to go. The hub is absolutely inundated with incoming fuel. A little over a minute left in the match. It is currently 227 to 150, favoring the Blue Alliance. This is incredible. Easily on its way to being the highest total scoring match of the day as the shift ends. And it's no faster does the shift end than the Tigerbots are ready to fill their hub with fuel. It is incredible. Teams know that the amount of dead time you leave is time you could be spending scoring. Looks like we have a bit of a beached robot on the bump. Never mind. An incredible competitor on their own and an incredible teammate. The Tigerbots have bumped their alliance partner back into position. Cooperation is the name of the game, but we're now in the end game. Let's see here. We've got very close. Keep an eye on the Blue Alliance, how many fuel they have. They are nearly supercharged. And they've done it. That's our 3rd supercharged match. 10 seconds left. We have 376 to 203. We have over 500 points scored in this match. 3 seconds left. 2, 1, 0. Incredible. Unofficial score looks like 389 to 200. And we've got final scores. The Blue Alliance is set a new record. That's 397 points, almost 400 points for Blue Alliance. And what do they get for their efforts? They get 5 ranking points. That's right, 5, count them 5. 3 for winning the match. 1.
Drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Bovine Intervention is off to a quick start. Rushes through the middle, grabs a great big pile, and starts firing away. Their teammate, Cavbotics, for the moment is sitting still. They actually pick up a piece that fell loose. Cadet Robotics holds still as well. Red getting big long throws. They've picked up 12 points. So Blue comes out ahead. Red hub will stay lit, but there's 10 more seconds where Blue can try and get a few last shots in. That's Cavbotics getting those pieces up and in. And now it's time for Blue to reload. Red gets their chance to shoot. 44-64 has just moved an acre of fuel over onto their side of the board. Something's grinding a little funny. That's Bovine Intervention, but still working, still getting the job done. And he is queuing up, ready to go for that hot hub. Nicely timed. Wirewolves are getting a few pieces pulled together. 44-64 Team Illusion suddenly is stone cold. Their light is out. With no running light, it's likely they're not going to move again. But let's see what happens. 58-30, patiently waiting for the hub to open up. That's life engineering. They need to grab a few more. They start gobbling up. 686, that's Bovine Intervention making all that noise. Still functioning, still has grabbed a great big pile of pieces. And they are queuing up, waiting for blue hub to come to life. And there's the switch. Bovine clears their set. They have a few pieces that hang up, so they dance around. And that gets them loose and gives them a chance to shoot them. Here they go grinding into the corner while 85-90, that's Cavbotics is feeding them, giving them material to shoot with. Life and Engineering down on the red side, they're shooting as well. 87-32 with 30 seconds remaining. This is endgame. Both hubs will stay lit up for the last 30 seconds of the match. Blue with a 50-point lead. Red's human shooter is hitting one after another. Sign that kid up for the NBA. On the blue side, they're throwing as well. Plenty going up. Have a look.
Three, 2, 1, go.
All right. Let's go. Let's see what we've got. Not a lot of matches left tonight, so we've got to make them good ones. And on that mission, we have fuel flying on both sides. Neck and neck pretty much, 23-21 right now, slightly favoring the Red Alliance as we come to the end of Autonomous. With that last barrage, we have 37 points for the Red Alliance, which will be leading us out of Autonomous. Our brief transition has begun, but the red lead means the blue will start on shift. And start that shift has. Looks like we might have a partially beached robot, 24-21. That's RTR Team Robotics is maybe stuck. They might need a bump, or they don't seem to be fully engaged. They might actually just be having robot issues. Either way, their teammate's going to push them over to the other side. Looks like they might be having robot issues. They're not really beached on the bump. They're just not moving. Unfortunate for them. Hopefully they get that figured out. Meanwhile, the Red are back on shift, and 888 are looking to make full use of that shift. Be thrifty with their time, have a thrifty shift. 78 points for the Red Alliance, 45 points for the Blue Alliance with 90 seconds left in the match. Shift is going to change in 4 seconds, but we have to get that last group of fuel in, and now it's Blue's turn. See how much fuel they can get into their hub. We have a robot playing defense over there on the blue side. That's going to be Bovine Intervention, I believe, playing defense. No, sorry, I misspoke. That's the wrong alliance. Playing defense is Oakton Cougar Robotics. That's 623. Looking to just get in the way and be a general nuisance on the blue side of the field. The time for being a nuisance is over, because it's now time for the Red Alliance to score, which the Robodiators seem intent on doing, unloading a full complement of fuel into their hub. They're now looking to get more fuel from the area near their Alliance station. They're actually in the tower area right now. There's a rich deposit of fuel over in that area. It can be difficult to see the fuel that's directly next to the Alliance stations because the drivers can't see straight down. They need to be cognizant of fuel that's nearby instead of going to the center. We're now in the end game. All hubs are on, all fuels are live, and every point is good and every point matters. 15 seconds left in the match. The Red Alliance is leading 176-49. They've passed the 100 threshold some time ago, so they will be getting an extra ranking point. 5 seconds left in the match. Final bits of fuel going in, and that will be the match. Unofficial ending score of 187-52 favoring the Red Alliance. Red Alliance will be the winners of this competition here, this match at least. 197-52. That's a 4 ranking point showing for the victors. maintaining an Alliance captain position for 888. They will stay in 6th place.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, the robots are moving. Bovine Intervention and Autobots are both moving into the center. Ooh, looks like Bovine Intervention wasn't able to make it over the bump and ended up just shooting all of the fuel back into the center of the field. Human players are getting involved as well. Some great follow-throughs on the human players there. Perhaps a future balling for them. Autonomous ends tied 18 to 18, it would appear. In this instance, when the Autonomous ends in a tie, the FMS will decide randomly who gets first shift. So it looks like the FMS decided that red gets the first shift, and blue gets the first opportunity to be filled with fuel. It's also worth noting here that Life Engineering were not able to get their robot ready for the match and are not present on the field, so the Red Alliance is going to have to do their best to work as a duo to overcome the Blue Alliance. Red shift is ending. 22 points for Red Alliance, 18 points for the Blue Alliance, who are looking to increase the gap in their favor this time as the Bovine Intervention fully unloads their hopper into the hub. 47 points now for the Blue Alliance, 90 seconds left in the match. They are pulling ahead, and they're looking to pull ahead even further as another cascade of fuel comes falling into the hub. A lot of them overshooting, though. Looks like Bovine Intervention a little bit overtuned and missing the hub. Shift change. Time for the Red Alliance to score as many points as they can. 48-21 has sort of parked themselves up against their hub. Doesn't seem to be moving right now. That's not great. Hopefully we'll see some more life from Cyberus as the match goes on. Picking up all the slack on their own now is Ursa Major from Hammond High School, trying to get the last few bits of fuel in before the shift changes, which it has. And we see fuel flying. The human players starting the first volley, followed quickly by the other members. Looks like 770 might be partially beached on some fuel there. They look like their drivetrain is raised, not contact. They're not moving, so maybe they can need a little help from one of their teammates. Maybe they just having some mechanism problems. Last 30 seconds, sound of that whistle. That means both hubs are on, and every team has a chance to score if they can get that fuel into the hub. With 20 seconds left in the match, blue is leading red 81-34, but they need to get 100 fuel if they want that extra ranking point. And those ranking points mean everything as Alliance selection looms ever closer. 10 seconds left in the match. 13 more fuel is going to be necessary for the Blue Alliance if they want that ranking point. Let's see if they can get it. 3, 2, 1. That's time. The score shows them having 95, but we'll see how we have the scores. The Blue Alliance will win this match with 100 points, 40 points to the Red Alliance. 4 ranking points for the Blue Alliance. Look like they just got that last fuel in that they needed as the time ran down, so that will be great for those teams, and it moves Bovine.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, people move on the red. 836 just does a stand and deliver to start. They are in the trench when they shoot, and a whole bunch going up on red. Blue has their human players bombing from the corner. They do some damage. That's 48-21 Cyberus down low. They have not yet moved. So 31-17 coming out of Autonomous. Blue will go hot first. That's Umbrella Corporation down by the tower. Let's see what they're going to do if they can light up and get something done. There's one shot. They're getting their range right. They're getting tuned in. They're doing a nice little bouncy off the back net, and they are dropping in. As long as it works, the bees are beached. They are up on the fuel, which is remarkably easy to do. And with an odd piece of defense, 686 bumped them off, and 48-21 bumped them back on. But they're home in time. Let's see if they can get some shots off. Their turret is spinning. They're still gathering. You get 30 seconds. They were taking their time to get it done. but they lost their chance. 20 seconds each turn. 48-21 Cyberus moving slow. They may be having trouble. They're on Red's end of the field, and now 8-3-6. We know why they didn't take their shots. They're playing defense, and they're trying to shut down Umbrella while the blue hub is hot. 8-3-6, banging them around. Now, can they keep them from getting out and reloading? Ragnarok, suddenly very important. Bovine getting their shots up. It is 89-28. Red starting to get traction, in spite of Cyberus down there, banging and bumping with them. B's up again, but they get themselves off this time. 48-21 Cyberus is essentially running the trap. They red dog teams before they come through the trench or over the bump. Ragnarok putting points up. Their rank underrates their ability to shoot as they put more points in, 105-28, as this match comes to an end. Here we go. Red picks up that win. There was a little bit of bump and grind going on there. They worked very hard. That bumps Ragnarok up to number 30. 8-3-6 and 6-8-6. Stay put by picking up 4 ranking points.
Your lines in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's see them go. We have the center being attacked from both sides once again by the Red Alliance. Moving into place, it looks like both Bovine Intervention and the Space Raiders are trying to empty themselves of all that center collected fuel. Doing a pretty good job. Human players getting involved as well. Great job by the volunteers moving all of that fuel back into the field. Red Alliance was victorious of the autonomous period, at least, with 31-9 as we leave autonomous. After a brief transition, that means blue gets the first shift. Ever mindful of that, Bovine Intervention is doing a passing strategy of collecting lots of fuel and then moving that fuel into your alliance area. Ooh! They ran into the trench there. Their hopper was not, or their intake was not fully lowered, and it crunched a bit. I think the robot's all right, but that kind of damage adds up. That kind of wear and tear on a robot can really add up. Space Raiders intaking a few there, and in preparation, it's now time for the red shift to start. Bovine Intervention missing a handful, overshooting a bit. Coming in hot, we've got Oakton Cougar Robotics right over the bump, but seemingly changing their minds. Vivictus is being pushed around, and now they're moving around on their own. Currently, the red shift is active. No one's scoring right now, wasting a bit of time as the red shift comes to an end. Currently, we've got a little over a minute and 10 seconds left to go. Red leads 58-36. However, it's Blue's time right now. This is their moment. This is their time. Blue needs to catch back up during their shift. They've got 8 seconds left in their shift, and they're not doing a ton to score. Still 36 points for Blue. Bit of a jam up in the center there. Both Oakton Cougar Robotics, Infinite Voltage kind of pinching together on the Space Raiders, and they've caused the Space Raiders to lose power. Or the Space Raiders have lost power. I do not know if they caused it. Red Alliance now has their time to score. Hopefully these Space Raiders turn themselves back on. Not really sure how they do that, but you can always hope. Just about 30 seconds left in the match. Oakton Cougar Robotics looking to defend Bovine Intervention. Both hubs are now on. Red leads 89-44. 20 seconds left. They need another 11 fuel in order to get that extra ranking point, which is critical. Multiple members of the Red Alliance are currently in Alliance Captain position, and to stay at the top competitive ranks, you need to be getting as many ranking points as you can. Bovine Intervention there looking to do the last set, and they're breaking 100. Red Alliance will be able to get 4 ranking points now. Final score on the field is 105-69. We'll see right now. The Red Alliance is victorious. 105 to 69. That score stands.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Some exciting robotics to be played here. These are hand-picked teams of the best competitors here at the competition. Looks like Bovine Intervention got a little misaligned there. Didn't realize what side of the field they were on. Missed some shots. Human players making their presence known on both sides. 5 seconds left in autonomous. Reds leading 12 to 11. 13 to 12 looks like the final tabulation. A 1-point lead for the Red Alliance. Looking to increase that, the Robo Lions have filled their hub with as much fuel as they can while it's still active. Blue gets the first shift here, which has begun fully now. All 3 robots in the Red Alliance are passing fuel in from the center. One of the Blue Alliance members, that's 6863 Squirrels, is playing defense, and for a while was the only robot on that side of the field. Now, however, they've matched themselves up against the Robo Lions. Over on the blue side of the field, we have teams trying to take advantage of just those last moments of the shift, which changes. We have 686 absolutely filling their hub. Ooh, a little bit of collision there. High intensity robotics happening right now. Teams know that this is where the rubber hits the carpet, as it were. And a lot of teams are leaving scorch marks on that carpet as they drive around furiously, trying to get that fuel where that fuel needs to be. Shift about to enter the Red Alliance has begun for the Blue Alliance. Bovine Intervention moving that fuel over to their side of the field in preparation. Meanwhile, we have 4505 McDonough Robotics is playing defense on the blue side. Ooh, they just prevented 9033 from crossing the trench. The bump, rather. You have to get some momentum to get over the bump, so if it's a little bit of a nudge the wrong way, you have to back up and start over. That can cost time. Speaking of time, it's time for the Red Alliance to score as their light turns on, indicating that their hub is ready to accept fuel. Both teams there on the Red Alliance side that were active, that's the Robo Lions and Bovine, filling up their hub with fuel as the beginning of their shift, seeing if they can rapidly get more fuel and get a second volley in before their shift ends. We are now in the end game. Both hubs are active. Teams have to prioritize offense or defense now. They don't get to choose one. Either side is open for offense. Either side is open for defense. 20 seconds left, and the Red Alliance is leading 135 to 70. 15 seconds now. Figuring out what they're going to do. It looks like 6863, that's the Squirrels, weren't moving for a second. They're moving a bit, having a bit of trouble playing defense, but it seems like they're finally catching their bearings as we get into the last 2-1. That's going to be the end of the match. 145 points on the board for the Red Alliance, 86 points on the board for the Blue Alliance. What's up? The Red Alliance is victorious, 145 points to 86 points. That means the Alliance number...
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Everybody jumps, and there's a mad rush to the middle. Tigerbots put 2 wheels up, and I think that threw off their positioning. Let's see what happens with that. Blue may get a little bit of purchase from that, but oh my golly, maybe not. 85-90 stays pat, so does 45-05 McDonough, but now everybody is moving, and everybody's got their shots. There's a 10-second window, and Red turns that into about 25 points. Blue has 2 robots piling it on. Finally, Bovine Intervention gets their feel. They drop a bunch of pieces in. It's 107 to 65, but 2 minutes remain, and that may not mean it's over. 45-05 jamming up one of the bumps here on the red side, but Tiger can just go around. Tiger unloads their massive hopper. Everything dropping in as they continue to vacuum up a few pieces, and Red will stay hot for 11 more seconds, which is an eternity for Tigerbots. 21.99, Robo Lions comes down, they pick up. They're getting lined up. Bovine Intervention shoots early, and they land just as Blue goes hot. Look at the hits on Blue. They are not going down without a fight. Gacko shooting over to their end of the zone, and Tigerbot's taking a hit as McDonough goes on offense. Tigerbots are still able to clear. McDonough tries to bump them off. They do a little bit of damage. Now they're trying to get Gacko knocked off their game. Bovine just shooting pieces in to get their material together. Robo Lions is down here. They're ready to shoot, and they are loaded up. They push a few more so their human people can start throwing as well. That's endgame. Both hubs hot. Blue is murdering it, throwing everything up. Bovine Intervention somehow still has a full hopper. And here comes 200 points for Alliance 4. Tigerbots getting murdered, but they are still getting shots up. 6 seconds remain, and there's a battery on the floor, and there are 435 points on the Red Alliance. Here in Chesapeake District was 397 points. And that bar just got a whole lot higher.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
686 comes through. They actually use the channel. Oh, and they just grabbed on. They're looking a little tall. They managed to break loose. Uh-oh. Bovine is in trouble. This is still an autonomous. Bovine is stuck in the trench, while their partners, 2199 and 4505, unload virtually everything. And Blue comes out 34 to 24. This could be a real problem for Bovine Intervention if that's how they're used to getting around this field. 51-15, that's Night Riders. They cruise underneath, and they are getting themselves set up. Their hub is not hot. Red gets firsties, and right now 686 Bovine Intervention is making good use of that. So they have managed to get under, but Blue is about to light up, and Red is just barely catching up before that happens. Here come the shots on the Blue side, with Night Riders shooting from about 100 miles away and still putting pieces where they belong. Watch as Bovine Intervention just starts lobbing fuel into their side of the field. Blue has a lot of fuel, but they only have one bot shooting right now, and they're getting mugged by McDonough. I thought those were nice kids. McDonough comes back home, and the Bolts are down in Red's business. Red's getting their shots on, and they are now 22 points ahead. And whoever is throwing long distance knows his stuff. That's Golden Glove level play right there. Here comes Blue. Blue hub now hot. Lots coming in from the outside. They have 3 shooters, and they hit their mark. McDonough still up in Cavaliers' business, but the hub stays hot for 6 more seconds, and then it will be endgame, and both Blue and Red will come along. Suddenly, Blue picks up some points, but Red is just pouring it in. 20 seconds remain, and Red now has a 20-plus point lead. Blue is loading up, looking to get shots in. That's Cavaliers. That's Night Riders. Baltimore's trying to shove to their human players, and now is coming out to bang around. But the Robo Lions and Bovine get their shots in at the end. Red shows a 32-point lead at the end of this final. Red swings the door shut.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, the autonomous period has begun. You'll notice a blinking orange light at the Alliance station of 2199. That means they've engaged their A stop. Their autonomous has been stopped. Same with 2421 now. However, there's plenty of robots that have not engaged their A stop, and they are furiously flinging fuel into that hub. With the end of the autonomous section, the Red Alliance leads 63 to 18, a sizable lead. The Blue Alliance will have the first opportunity to cut that lead in their first shift as we end the transition period. Let's see what the defense... Ooh, it looks like some part has fallen off of, I think, the intake of 686. I can see a bit on the ground, and it is crooked. That's going to dramatically affect their ability to score fuel. You can't score fuel you don't have. And so making sure your intake is in working order is critical. Picking up the slack, however, is their teammate. That's right there in the corner. That's Robo Lions, 2199. All right, time to switch sides as the shift has changed. The winds have changed. I've determined it is the Red Alliance's turn to score. With 90 seconds left in the match, Red Alliance has 93 points and climbing. 54 points for the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance have just a few more seconds to cement a further lead. We're once again seeing this number 3 seeded alliance be double defended, as there's 2 blue robots in the Red Alliance zone. Over on the Blue Alliance zone, potentially alone. No, not alone. RTR's over there with the Robo Lions, looking to keep them from being alone. A little bit pushing, a little bit of passing going on there with Space Raiders. 4505 though, McDonough, they don't like that. They said, don't pass, you can just carry it yourself. Part seems to have fallen out of another robot there. Not sure where that's from, but there seems to be some sort of shaft on the Red Alliance side. The red hub is open. It is active, and the Red Alliance is scoring. 40 seconds left in the match. 109 points for Red Alliance, 88 for the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance is rapidly increasing that score, however. I'm seeing multiple pieces starting to scatter around the board. These robots have been working hard all weekend, and that wear and tear is starting to show. We're in the end game now, everybody. All hubs are active. All fuels are valid. We're seeing a bit of a jam up here. Lots of robots everywhere. 4505 moving through the center. The Space Raiders unloading into the center. 163 points as we enter the last 10 seconds. Oh my goodness, that's a climb. We have a climb confirmed, everybody. 614 has climbed. You can actually climb at any point in the match. 174 to 127 is the score on the screen, but that could change more. And let's see what that score is. The Red Alliance is victorious here, 184 to 127. They did get those 10 tower points. That's we very, very rarely have we seen a climb at this competition. But let's give a huge round of applause to the Blue Alliance. That's our 4th alliance.